Hello. Welcome to DK Bowl Chat. I'm glad you're here. I am painting the trees on this Mount Hood painting. So I went ahead and put in the green. This is Hooker's green, and here it is right here. It's made by Blick. And sorry about that, but also I'm using a little bit of titanium white, which is made by Blick. This is Studio Acrylic, and this one is Artist Acrylic. You could get Studio Acrylic, Hooker's green. It might be a little bit lighter pigment, but yeah, either one's gonna work. So I'm gonna I've got a little bit of white, and I'm just gonna I've got the green on there too, so you can kind of see it's a mixture of green and white. And we're gonna give the illusion of snow. So handle tilted away from me, and I'm just gonna tap this in the background here on top of these little trees without making any pattern. No pattern's gonna happen. Yes, I just love painting. That's my favorite way to check out and enjoy creating and be with Jesus. Just, yes, him and I together. Just, we're gonna create this. It's all good. It's my favorite way. That and being in nature, going on walks in nature. I don't want to take out all of the green on here, because if I cover it all up with white, I'm going to have to put more green in there, which I was kind of getting carried away here. Right there. I need to come back and put in more green. And then I'll come back to adding in the snow on there. And the snow would not be in any sort of pattern. I'm going to grab more white and green on there. And then I can come back with a little bit of snow that is going to be in parts where the snow's built up. So I'm going to go for the top of the tree. I'm rinsing off this brush, and I'm going to go into the white, just the white. It's got a little bit of green left on this brush. It's not going to hurt anything. And I'll just tap the top of those little trees, maybe on one side. Maybe it was in my mind, I'm making up this story. Maybe it was a blizzard, right? Like the snow was just, everybody was so happy because school was out and the snow was blowing sideways. So I'm going for the left side of the tree, but you don't have to. You can go right over the top of the tree. You can make your own picture the way you want to. I'm just getting the tops of the trees. I'm gonna get a little bit more white. And go for that. I'm going for the left side of the tree and tapping it in. There we go. And there might be some that the wind blew it off, or maybe the snow fell. Didn't know. I think it's kind of fun to make a story in my head of what's going on with the picture when I'm painting it. And these guys are far away, so we're not going to have the definition. You're not going to be able to see the squirrels in the trees. To give the illusion of them being far away, we're going to need to keep them pretty much like they are. So I'm tapping a little bit in the reflection, and then I'm going to go side to side over the top with it. Let's see if we can do this a little bit, just a little bit more white in the reflection. And I took out that lump of green that was there, and then I'm going to get my brush cleaned off. And I'm going to need to get some more white that's in the water. That was what we used for the Mount Hood reflection. And it's it's white and light gray pretty much. So I'm going to go where the water meets the ground. I'm going to just go side to side here. So I'm just painting side to side on there. And it would be easier if I waited till it dried and taped it off, but I'm not a big one to wait on painting something. There we go. And I'm going to leave the definition of it showing through as I'm doing that. There we go. It's plenty. I don't need it to be a lot. And I might turn it sideways. I think I will turn it sideways again to help with it. But that A little bit of white on the top of the water. I'm going to turn it sideways to help clean it up. A little bit of white on the water actually helps give the illusion of that being water. There we go. And just clean it up a little bit. And this is acrylic paint. Getting the white. And if it's got a little green, it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm trying to stay pretty right on top of this, pretty straight. I will probably end up putting another white line on there later. And anywhere that there's too much, like I can see it right here in the water, it's too perfect for it to pass as being nature. So I'm just going over it with a little bit of white, where water would just have a little bit of light and white showing on it. There we go. And back in the white. And going down here on these guys, I'm just going to put a little bit of white over the top. It's hard to see that it's on the top because I'm painting it sideways, but it's helping me stay side to side straight across, because water, like I said, would have its own level. Let's see how it looks. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. What I'm going to do is get a little bit more white and actually paint this when it's dry. Get it to where it looks like it's straight across there. I don't want the trees to disappear there. There we go. Yeah, there we are. I think that's pretty good. If there's there's a straggler right there. I can see it right there. And I'm going to put a little bit more white on it. I need to get more white on my palette in order to do that. And I will put a little bit more white on that. And I'm going to decide if there's any more white I need to put in it, into the water. It's right there. Let's come on this side. You can play with this fan brush, making these little trees on a piece of paper instead of, if you're unsure about whether or not they're going to turn out, you can always do it on a piece of scrap acrylic paper. I wouldn't use mixed media unless it's a thicker type of paper. So this I'm going to blend out a little bit with the other side of the brush because it's a bit too white. A little bit more green. Put it back. There you go. And this one is missing a little bit, and put some on there. Yeah, I'm glad you joined me today. Thank you for hanging out with me while I'm painting this. And I hope you like this video. I hope you leave a positive comment. And if you like watching these videos, I hope that you subscribe to this channel. If you have friends that have always wanted to try acrylic painting and they don't know where to start, please give them my channel. Please share my channel with them, because they would find it pretty easy to do it, maybe not so, I don't know, scary to start. I don't know. They might be able to find that they could do it. So I appreciate that, and I thank you for joining me. And God bless you, my friend.